There seems to be a lot going on right now. Academy City is amidst a religious war trying to quell a bunch of riots, and of course there's also upset going on inside. And with more laboratories being taken down, and certain people kind of after Alistair. I guess all we can really hope for is that no real blood is spilt for the characters we actually care about. And with the various organisations who contain some very dangerous people, Accelerator being, well, one of the more tamer ones, actually. They're ones that we know very little about, and those that were probably more ruthless. And there's also the fact that it's like a overheard Toma's memory loss incident that we need to cover. Of course, I think that's going to be after this storyline. Don't think it's going to be flicking back and forth between them too much. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. Last Order's wish to go to the amusement park. Dark matter. Can't just let out a customer in the middle of the street. Hey, he should have locked the doors. Well, he's already been paid. Can't hold up the traffic. Yeah, she really got far, didn't she? I suppose if you... I mean, she identifies herself in every sentence, so... Wouldn't be too difficult to discern her name from that. And we go from that. At least he paid for a bit of fare. I wouldn't relax just yet. I would leave. In case he changes his mind and gets back in. Oh? And he managed to sneak up on him. Does he have invisibility, teleportation, perception blocking? Well, that's some sort of gauntlet. What was all that scratching sounds? Okay, he's a member. So just anticipate where he's going to be, and a gun will overcome his ability there. Do you really... Yeah, after a few gunshots, do you think Accelerator is going to stop there because he has a hostage? Changing the vectors of everything, so it doesn't matter where the bullet comes up. At least he's giving him a chance. Okay, so he's put a load of chaff in the air. Okay. Like an airborne sandpaper. Why do we need to know about your personal history? I guess we're getting all of this backstory because we're not going to see much of him much after this. Okay. Just in a slight breath, demolishing the building. Dispersing all of that stuff in the air. Oh. That's actually probably a lot worse than losing in a fight. They... And to think that they've also been infiltrated and couldn't figure that one out. Jesus. You think that they'd have the general idea of spacing? You know, a single grenade would be able to take out quite a lot of them. And considering this is a city of ability users... Was there something on top of the water tower? I guess he doesn't need his... Doesn't need his disguise much longer. Although I wouldn't want to run past them when you know they have firearms. The designs of those are kind of cool. Not sure on the wing-mounted machine guns like that. Okay, you're winning me round. And with all the technology in this city, everything is, or can be, automated. Why was she brought along? What, after a single surprise attack, you're ready to give up? 5,000 wasn't enough. They've broken through the wall. Nothing like a bit of mid-air dismantling. Teamwork. But how much longer does he have left on the battery? Yes, he did. He shouldn't have let a single one through. You're talking to Accelerator, the epitome of efficiency. Are they just leaving the dead behind? Who's going to clean up all the mess? Hostages. Okay, kind of a bad move giving out all of that information. I don't think they're just gonna let him go after, especially after giving information directly to her. Which means Accelerator might not be too much help in this one. His street fighting abilities are a bit lacking. They've all killed themselves. It's fine. Just pick a name of a group and you might get it right. It's like 1 in 4 chance. And what does... Is she here because he defected? Yeah, and completely ignore a squadron of people with guns. Do they really need that many people shooting at this? I mean, every kind of military member in this show is just awful. You have a few people lay down suppressive fire while others move around to flank it. But no, just keep shooting. And when the shooting is a little closer, how does he feel? Does keep your powers directed at stuff to not set off the explosions? Good idea. A lot of names and operation operations have been mentioned in this one. But much like everyone, I don't think her words are falling on deaf ears. Excuse me? Has she infiltrated the group as well from the beginning? Oh, okay, that's what she's going for. Just training. Okay. Someone who apparently doesn't have or doesn't particularly want to use. The others have killed themselves, remember? And how is he going to overturn it? She's been training a lot since he left. Turns out the void he left after... Good weapon. After leaving. Yep. Makuhito. Still, I think it would have been better if it was coated in obsidian. Just take it straight to the arm. She should have stuck to spells. Close combat didn't look like a strong point there. Yeah, it's... So he bet on just being able to stop that sword through taking a little self-damage. How much is he going to be able to gain from her in information-wise? And if... Okay, that phase isn't one that looks like she's ready to back down. How did she turn into ribbons? Or more, why? You say you want to ask him, and yet you started by saying that you were going to kill her. Well, that, and isn't it also like the jammers in this building make it... Well, so far, no issues. Okay. Are her feet still technically in there? Or is it now half concrete, half flesh? I think she's using the blunt side of the nails there. So no just straight puncture wounds. Oh, fuck. Teaches him a lesson by destroying herself. Yeah, it looked like she had inscribed the interior of her skin with the grimoire. She's past that. That is insane. People to going to that kind of length. That's either severe like loyalty to this organisation or some form of brainwashing. Just move on to the next scene. We've seen all we need to. Seems like everything went well on their side. Took the time to bandage her legs. There's some heavy hits. Is that... Yeah... Friend. How was she caught out? Great. You know, we've got assaults on organisations and emplacements. Mechanical... Were they drones? Or automated helicopters? And varying amounts of groups all intertwined. I didn't think that like the Aztec one was going to get involved and his history come back to bite him. Although I would like to see more of that, actually. And considering that we were shown as much as item as we have so far, the main ones on the front line, their characterizations, thinking that they might be in immediate danger. But the issue is, much like that guy who gave the information, he wasn't given let off kindly. So just because she's a named character, is Brenda going to be alright? And I mean, even if you do face little repercussions from those interrogating you, the ones you sell out, are they going to let it go? Actually, it's a specific one who has a bit of a temper. There was also that one... did we ever get a name? The one on the phone that was giving them, this is your next job. Keeping them specifically kind of hidden. Not much information in the way of who they are, what they're doing, other than being that contact. And how many teleporters are there in this city? To varying degrees, their strengths of being able to do it. Obviously, one bit of mental trauma doesn't really want to teleport herself. And one that can only do it to someone else's back. They can only appear behind you. And much like Accelerator, there are plenty of ways to predict and overcome abilities with such major shortfalls. But since I'm not going to say the walls are closing in on Alistair, but at least the eyes are upon him. Where are we going to go in this series? And we've got multiple storylines that we've picked up and put on hold. The internal conflict in Academy City, the religious uprising happening outside it, and the board of directors. And far too many people are carrying some baggage. I just hope Last Order gets to where she needs to be. If you enjoyed this one, let me know. Leave a like and a comment, subscribe for more. But what you really need is to look after yourself. So until the next one, get some rest. See you there. If charging into a high security facility seems like too much of an afternoon, we can always just sit back and watch some anime. And with that in mind, we need to thank my patrons because Electricant, Arthea, Noku, Raywin, Kite, Sal, Shiwan, Mecha, Matt, Stinsfire, Girly, Saltitron, Cardboard, Croyville, Dark Shadow 7899, Alvin Garcia, Santiago and everyone else have made that much more of a possibility. I just hope we don't get stopped by any automated drones or munitions fire.